Today, Precarious Plays
Phantom Brave. I will never run away anymore is a line that I think one of the characters in Disgaea 5 calls out after a certain point in the game as their quote to start battle. It's hard for me to remember because it's really ungainly. It's really it feels like the first draft made it in.
Wait, so it's something... First off, awkward, agreed. But it's something that they say multiple times?
Yes, it is whenever you deploy them from the base panel. So, the main characters of Disgaea 5, they all have this two-part process where they have some sort of flaw, some sort of character trait that they overcome as part of a chapter that's more or less dedicated to them. And once that happens, they get some new lines and they get a few new powers. So I'm talking about Zeroken, who's this kid who is set to inherit the same martial art that the main protagonist learned from another character that's important to the story. So his name is Zeroken, and occasionally after this revelatory moment where he learns to stop running away from his problems, which is, I don't know, I don't think it's very fair because I think that the cast and the script treat him pretty badly from the outset.
Yeah.
And he acts pretty reasonably. If there's a problem, it's that he didn't yet know that he was in an anime and could do anime things. But
didn't know his strengths.
The thing that really bothers me is that he uses a lot of hit and run tactics that are really effective, and he saves the party in a couple of cutscenes, and that's just, he was just being smart. It's funny because he was doing in the narrative what is smart to do in gameplay, but the characters were sort of chastising him for it.
You're like, why didn't you get stabbed more?
It's yeah, why didn't you stand there and just eat 10,000 damage?
I didn't, well, it's not my
You
favorite
didn't need
flavor.
to.
I don't like that flavor, 10,000 damage. I prefer no damage.
It was really easy to move away. What do you want from me, right? It's
yeah.
You go in, you do the thing, you turn around, you leave. Works with the legs, you already have it home. The line is...
That's it.
Is that it? I
will never run away.
Anymore. Or, the emphasis is, I will never run away anymore. I think that's the delivery.
That's even weirder.
Yeah, and it's not the only one. Red Magnus has one. I will never let anyone feel any pain. I think there are some rough lines. And I mean the script. Not necessarily even. I think that the voice actors did as much as they could with the script that they were given, right?
Are the lines straight nonsense, or are they awkward
Oh, they're awkward. Because I think that's one of the reasons why it's so frustrating. It's because I get what they were going for.
And it just... It's the uncanny.
Yes, it's incredibly uncanny. It feels like it was pretty... I did some research on the topic because it was bothering me so much. Because it feels worse. It feels less well done than Phantom Brave. It feels less well done than Disgaea D2, which was the production that I think preceded it. I'm not sure exactly if it was like 4, D2, 5. I'm not sure where it fits in exactly. But I don't remember thinking like, oof. There was never an oof moment in when I played Disgaea D2. I would normally say that NES titles, their localizations have pretty naturalistic.
Like interpretations of the original lines, or what we would assume are the original lines.
Right, it's very conversational, it's very contemporary speech. Like, in the very first game, as a child, it struck me how normal,
Glad we woke that guy up.
I don't know why he's just destroying the items that I used to summon phantoms. That seems like a sort of a dick move, but I was just gonna let it slide, because we're almost done. It struck me as, like, Etna talking to Laharl just felt like two people talking, for the most part. I mean, it was a production that they were putting on, but yeah, they were just having a nice chat. It was fine. But this feels very stilted. I think that may be part of the problem. No, that's not it, because Laharl is an overlord. Laharl, I think, occasionally has a little bit of a regal air to what he says.
Yeah.
So part of me thinks that maybe, like, that's what they were going for with at least, like, Serafina. And maybe she's just being a little uppity, which is why it's sort of ungainly, why it's stilted. Yeah, like, I don't think, broadly speaking, I think they should have used more contractions. I think that they should have just given it a second pass. Like, I think it's really noticeable with Zeroken's, the localized version of what I can only imagine was, like, heavy use of honorifics. And, like, the very specific pronouns. Like, he calls Kilia bro a lot. And I think that must have been him saying, like, Kilia, I can't remember what it is right now. Because the term for, like, big bro or big sis, I can never remember which one is which.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's ni. Anyway, the point is that, like, him saying Serafina sis every time after certain point in the story is a bit of a bother. Because there are other words in English that people will use, like, as pet names to vary their language, right?
Yeah.
It's not that rigid, and that rigidity is noticeable.
I can feel a breeze. It's getting cooler.
Give the breeze to me.
What kind of mirage is this?
An adorable 4-foot mirage, probably.
Mirage Chromas are rescuing me.
Yes.
I must be going crazy to see something so ridiculous.
Mirage Chroma sounds highly marketable.
Yeah.
I always thought I'd die in battle. Not like this.
He only fainted. I can't believe how tough these ravens are.
He only fainted. I can't believe how tough these are. Normal. Fine. Like, I have to feel... So, as an example, if this were a scene in Disgaea 5, I feel like somebody would have said, I cannot believe how strong these ravens are. Like, it would have lacked the specific accuracy to the scene. I think that of the characters, I think that Christo has some of the stronger spoken dialogue. I think some of that just comes down to the voice actor being pretty smart about the emphasis on the delivery, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that there were, whenever I read the text ahead of the English voiceover, I would think like, ooh, that's probably going to be rough, but he managed, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think props to the person that did the voice work for Christo. And I think that, let's get through this scene. I need time to reorganize my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Captain! Captain Drab!
Sounds like the rescue party.
We should get going then.
Shouldn't we stay for our reward?
Nah.
No, being rescued by a chroma would only embarrass them.
Besides, bottle mills exist.
And...
And what?
I want to go home and take a bath.
It's hot. I'm leaving.
You may be a famous chroma, but you're still a girl, Marona.
I'm just a person. I'm corporeal, man.
That is a human reaction. It's not gender.
That's just a body reaction. You're being very corpsist.
Whatever, you haven't had to worry about your smelly body for years.